Guidelines for discussing discriminatory behavior or bias with parents. There are sure to be times when discriminatory behavior must not only be addressed with the children, but also shared with their parents. We want to empower children to be active and construct their own problem-solving abilities within the meaningful context of the classroom. Therefore, we should not rely on parents to discipline their children for biased behavior after the fact. Remember that young children live for here and now. They may not make the connection between punishment at home and wrongful discriminatory behavior that happened earlier at childcare. Punishment only seeks to degrade children, not change their patterns of behavior. Because they fear punitive measures, they will probably only become more sneaky with their discriminatory behavior and biased actions toward others. With this in mind, let's explore guidelines for discussing discriminatory behavior with parents. Inform parents immediately. If the behavior continues, set up a time for a conference as soon as possible. State that you would like to meet in order to focus on their children's behavior. If you call parents on the phone, be calm and matter-of-fact, stating the exact problem and how their child's behavior affected another child. Do not attack the parent, or they will become defensive and close your message out. Always remember to concentrate on their child's development so that the conversation can stay on task. During the parent conference, be open and understanding. Do not lay blame. Share noted observations and concerns with specific dates, times, and other vital information. Which area of the room the behavior took place. To help them better understand what is happening, point out any patterns of behavior. Ask parents to share any concerns they might have observed. Listen and reflect their messages in order to clarify their meaning. Discuss problem-solving techniques you have already facilitated and how it is going. Develop useful strategies to deal with the behavior at home. Empower the parent. Thank them for being your partner toward the benefit of their child's development. Be sure you follow up with insightful information of how things are progressing. Unfortunately, some parent conferences may not go as expected because many adults carry stereotypes and biased behavior with them. Parents can often be defensive when discussing their children. They may not understand why you are making such a big deal out of it, or they may harbor strong or discriminatory attitudes themselves. In these cases, utilize the same guidelines, but emphasize how their child's actions or words injured the other child, and how this type of self-esteem robbing is not acceptable in the child care center. Biased parents are uninformed parents, and are the very ones who need to benefit from becoming involved in the anti-bias effort. In order to change their ideas, which may be deeply rooted, they must begin to see how their bias affects others. Remember that change comes slowly and cannot be forced, but it can be encouraged. Remember that by establishing our parameters of respect within the class and whole center, we are being inclusive with parents. Parents are their children's first teacher. They have done the best job at parenting that they know how to do. Therefore, defensiveness can be a common factor when talking to parents about any issue involving their child. When we begin to talk about issues such as diversity and bias, we are treading in uncomfortable waters with many people. There is a lot of misinformation and bias in the world. Everything can change by tomorrow. As professionals, it is our responsibility to do our part in establishing fairness and respect in our classrooms. We can be proud of our efforts and hopeful for the future as we continue. When talking with parents or other caregivers, keep in mind that change is hard. They have to see it and believe it before change in behaviors can occur.